Hello guys, welcome to YZX 3D Printing, your hub for pro level 3D printing tutorials and tips. In today's video, I'll show you how to master ULTIMAKER CURA, the slicer that turns your 3D models into flawless prints. Let's dive straight into it. So yes guys, this is ULTIMAKER CURA, the newest version, of course, the latest 2026 version, which I have downloaded for you guys. Today this tutorial is for beginners and professionals both. So if you are a beginner, then it's good for you, because I am going to direct you and guide you how you can use this slicer to make your models flawless every time. And for the experts, I think they will understand most of it. So I'm going to start from the beginning, because this tutorial is mainly for beginners, but experts can also watch it. So I've been using this slicer for quite a few years now. So let's start. So over here, this, as you can see, this is your settings bar and this is your precision bar over here. I have favorited because it's easier to access over here. So there are various settings for your printer to print, like what extra fine does. I have kept it on extra fine because I keep printing stuff which is print in place and moves after getting off from the build plate hot. Okay, so what this does is makes your printer print very slowly. So even if your print, what you're printing, takes only 2 hours in Bamboo Studio, it might take 2 days if you select this setting, because it makes your printer very slow. So but there is a very good chance of you using this. Now why am I saying that? Because this setting, this extra fine 0.06 mm setting, makes your printer print really precisely. So like if you are printing an infinity cube or a torture toaster, this might be the best setting for that. Because if you have a cheap printer with which does not print that great, or whenever you try to print something which you want it to move right after coming out of the build plate after being 3D printed, and it does not move and it gets stuck and then you end up breaking it, then this setting is for you. Yes, and the fine is, you guessed it right, it's like a little bit less precise than the extra fine one. I would recommend these two, and the normal, which all of our printers have, 0.15 mm. So and draft is like kind of like if you are making 3D models, like if you are beginner in making 3D models, then you don't want to waste a lot of filament, right? If your print fails or something like that, if you're checking if it's the right size, you have modeled it correctly, then yeah, so this draft setting is for you guys. Yeah, so it wastes less filament. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So like extra fast, like if you don't like to wait, if you're an impatient guy like me, then you can use extra fast, but I won't recommend this, because it might give some orders to your printers that to print it really very fast, which could affect the outer looks and the layer lines being bad. So yeah, and yes, and I would recommend course, of course, this course, and extra cores. Yeah, you can use those. Yeah, so these are kind of good, these settings, but I would recommend you to use normal. And if you want your prints better, like, yeah, if you are not printing like anything print in place, so like if you're printing something like in assembly or anything, you should use extra fine too, because if you don't use extra fine, it might end up a little big or a little small for the holes or anything, where you need to put your two prints together, like glue them together or just snap them into place. It won't snap if it's not perfect, so it needs to be very, very precise. Okay, so yes, the layer height and quality, this is the same feature. If you select normal over here, then the quality will change to 1.15 mm of this normal setting, as you can see over here. Yeah, now wall thickness. Wall thickness is like how many layers of the how many layers your printer prints, like in your print which you're printing. Yeah, so top and bottom. Yes, top and bottom thickness are very essential, because when you print something like Eiffel Tower or something like temples of China, something, the rooftop which they have are like very thin, so you might want to thicken them up. Over here I would recommend 1 mm, and 0.8 is perfect, I think. Almost, it's perfect almost. So these are the layers. Now you guys are for basic, right? This part is for basic. This is the first part of the video. I'll be making more sequels of this, and yes, if you're still watching till here, then please consider liking, subscribing and sharing, guys. Okay, now I'll tell you about the infill pattern and density. The infill I would recommend is, of course, 15, and when you open your Cura size slicer, it would be set to 20, so you might want to change it to 15. It's more economical, and of course, like it's more stronger that way. And basically I use 10 in Bamboo Studio, but in Cura I always use 15 or 10. Yeah, okay, I use 15 or 10. I don't use 20. Yeah, so now for the infill pattern. Now what are infill patterns, you ask me? Like there are different kind of patterns, like lines are like diagonal lines in your print which are inside that print. Like on the outer surfaces it will look the same which you want to print, but these help a lot. In these have like different, you have various patterns over here, so these make your print stronger, right? Yeah, and if at all you are printing any screws, keels, etc., nails, right, so right, yeah, you might want to change it to 100. Yes, 100. What that does, it's like it makes these screws stronger, so you can literally use them to like tighten up things and use a screwdriver on it and it won't break. And then material, like there are different materials: PLA, PETG, TPU, ABS and all other sorts of material which you guys might want to use in the future after you are done with PLA and want to shift to another kind of filament. So right, the printing temperature for PLA, like normal PLA is 200. Okay, normal PLA temperature is 200. So if you are slicing your model from this slicer, then you might also want to change this setting. Always check which material you are printing with and then change it. Okay, just change it, because the printer will take command from this slicer. Yes, so you might want to change it according to your material or filament which you are using. Build plate temperature should be 60 or 65 according to your filament. Now for PETG I use it like 85, and for ABS I use it 100. Yeah, so PLA you should use 60 only, keep it 60 only. And over here you should use, like for PLA it's 200 or 220. Okay, it will, the temperature will be written on the filament itself, so you can just check and correct over here. Okay, now the speed. So print speed should be 80 mms, as you know, because we have selected normal. Now if we had selected extra fine at that time, over here the print speed would be much lower, okay, than usual. So the travel is like enable retraction, yes, because you don't want to, you know, spill out filament while traveling from one place to another. Like when the printer prints, it's like printing from over here, then like it's not following the pattern, it's directly traveling over here. So right, so you don't want any filament, you know, causing stringing. Now stringing is a very basic mistake which most of the people make, and it happens because your filament has got moisture or you have not set the right temperature for the filament. Yeah, so as you know, I'll be posting a video on how you can I'll be making a short most likely on which temperature is best for which filament which I use. Yeah, and you can just check it with your printer and filament. Yeah, so these are settings. Now the cooling speed, of course, the cooling speed is the most common. The cooling speed should be kept at 100, which most of the printers keep at, like the regular speed or something which is already set in your printer's motherboard. Now for support, like if you enable support, you can see all these different kind of various types of supports. So like when you enable support, it's like overhangs when your prints have overhang. Now what are overhangs, you will ask me, I know. So like if you are printing something which has a small base but a bigger surface on the top, it needs support. Like there is a small thing over here and there is nothing over here, then it will need supports, and on the supports your 3D printer will print the other part on the supports, right, and leaving a gap between so that you can remove the supports afterwards. Okay, so that helps. Yeah, so that helps pretty much. And now the support placement, you can select everywhere, but I won't recommend that because that's not very good, and if you end up messing up your print, then that will be a pain in your butt. So touching build plate, yeah, touching build plate is the best option because it touches the build plate only and then supports your print, so it won't ruin your print also. Yeah, it can ruin your print if you keep it on everywhere. So yeah, the support overhang angle is okay, and just leave them as they are. And if you have any doubts on these, you can just comment below and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. Yeah, and now for the most important part, build plate addition. Yes, so now it's on none. You can also close the supports because not every prints need support, so it will be flawless if you keep the precision settings on extra fine. Like if you're printing something small, something unique, something art piece for your home, right, for your matching furniture. Yeah, so you can use the extra fine settings over here instead of normal. And yeah, so we were talking about build plate addition. Yes, so from none we can select skirt. Now skirt is like a small line of filament around your print, but it basically doesn't do anything, because if your print falls off mid if your print comes off mid print, like from the build plate, you can do nothing about it. You have to restart the print again. And if your prints are like sliding off your build plate or coming off from one side, what you can do is take some ethanol or alcohol for cleaning, and take a small piece of cloth, apply it, and then wipe the build plate, so the oils from our hands which get stuck on this build plate will go off. Like it will clean the build plate, so the print gets stuck on it, yeah, without coming off. So yeah, or you can use these build plate addition methods. Like the best one is brim. Why, you ask me? Now brim is like a bunch of small lines, just like skirt has one line, brim has a few lines, so that holds your print on the build plate, not letting it come off. Yeah, so now there is a common mistake that most beginners would make. Yeah, so like I will switch to advanced for now, just for explaining you guys. And now I'll just go down like this. Yeah, over here now, build plate, you should always keep your brim outside only, because if you're printing an Eiffel Tower, any piece of art which has a hole or a big part, like a gap in between one single print, then if you use everywhere, that would be a big problem. Because if you don't know how to remove everywhere brim, like yeah, if you don't know how to remove a brim, then that will be a major problem for you guys, because the print will get destroyed if you try some crazy way of taking out, that mistake I made when I first bought a 3D printer. So I made that mistake and I still regret it, but don't worry, we learn from our mistakes. So yes, you should use outside only brim. Now if you use inside only, there are supports inside to support some roof of the print, then you can use inside only, but you need to know how to take them off. Yeah, that's it. And and then we will go select basic again, and then there is raft. Now raft is a look, when I selected raft, this was not there before, now it came. What is this? That you can only attach a raft to a print till here. This is the ending line of your build plate for raft only. Now if I select none, look, the line is gone. Now you can print till here and all the ending points, yeah, all the edges. So we'll select raft. Now what happens is that there are a few layers before your printer starts printing the original model, the main model on your build plate. So what this does is that it holds very tightly, it holds your prints very tightly, and you can remove it pretty easily. Yeah, after the printing has been completed. Yes, so I would recommend Raft, but it might waste a lot of filament because it's just a support, it's just a bed edition, so it might waste a lot of filament. And I would recommend Brim. You can use Raft. Skirt doesn't really do anything, and I don't think this slicer has mouse ears. Mouse ears are small circle brims around the edges of your prints, so I don't think this slicer has it. When I'll make another tutorial for you guys, I'll explain that too, but for now, yeah, so this is all. Now if you have a big printer like Bamboo Lab and other, so you could use dual extrusion, like the printer has two nozzles and it extrudes from both at the same time. So this is not experimental, you can use this. Yeah, the advanced settings I'll cover in the next video, guys. Now this is the bar where you can select the material, the filament which you want to print with. Now generic, like if you are using some cheap Amazon filament, then you can select from generic, like from which, like it's not a brand but it's coming from somewhere, right? So you can use TPU, PVA, PLA is the best material, but not for resisting heat, and PETG resists heat and is a bit more flexible. Now nylon and all are very expensive. Now you could use ABS, but you will need an air purifier or an insulated chamber with an air purifier connected to your 3D printer if you have a chambered 3D printer, because the fumes which come out when you are printing with ABS are very toxic for your body. So don't print with ABS, I would suggest, I think. Now as you can see, there are various brands, Eason, now Best Filament. These the brands which I'm showing you, I know them, but they haven't sponsored me, of course. You can use Ultimaker filament, those are very good, and the Eason filament is also very good, and the other brands, I don't know. If you know any of them, then you are free to comment. Yeah, so from here you can of course change the filament. I will change the filament to BVOH, and I don't know what that is, because there are various types of filament which we also don't know, you know. So I'll keep it on PLA. Yes, keep changes. Yeah, and you have changed the material. Always see what you are printing with. If you are printing a shoe, or Crocs, 3D printed Crocs, yes, so you will use TPU. Always use TPU because that's like a rubbery kind of filament. It's very rubbery, it's kind of rubber, so it's I don't know, it's plastic and rubber mix, so it's like very flexible. You can just squish it with your hands, and if you use PLA instead, and when you wear it and go outside, it will break. So don't use that. Yeah, use TPU when you are printing something soft, something like stress reliever or something. You should use TPU. Now let it be at PLA. Okay, so now come over here again, and we'll just select none in the build plate addition. Yes, so I've told you two methods. You can either use this or use the alcohol or ethanol. Okay, so now when you enter this app of Ultimaker Cura, now you will get an option to add your printer. First of all, as soon as you log in, you'll get an option to add a printer, but I've already added, so I'm just showing you how you can change if you have more 3D printers, so, or different kind of 3D printers. So you just need to click on this, the printer which has been selected over here. Now you will I will choose manage printers or add printer. If you have many printers, then you can manage and change the printer, and if you have bought a new one, then you can add printer. So on adding, you can select, if you have an Ultimaker printer, you can select the Ultimaker printer, or if you have a normal printer like non-Ultimaker company printer, then you can select non-Ultimaker printer. Yes, so now as you can see, it's a blank screen. Just you need to just go over here, yeah, over here, add a non-Ultimaker printer over here. This was down here, so I clicked it, and this page up. Yeah, so these are all Ultimaker printers. Then there is MakerBot and Ultimaker again. Then there is a custom 3D printer. If you have built something, like there are various kits which come on Amazon or other platforms which let you build your own 3D printer. They give you the parts and you can build them at home, DIY. Yeah, so there is 3D Maker. Now there is Anchor Make, there is Anycubic, and Creality, Creality, Crazy 3D Print, and these are all companies of 3D printers. Like there is Elegoo, and there is Bamboo Lab, and every other printer. Yeah, so from here you can select your desired printer. If you want to add another printer in the same, yeah, so yes, now you can just press add. Now I'll just select Elegoo, for example. Elegoo, oh no, this is not Elegoo, this is Elegoo. Yeah, now I'll go with the Elegoo Neptune 4. Okay, so add. Now when you press add, it will take some time to add. Yeah, now as you can see, this is the Elegoo. It's more bigger than the Anycubic printer. As you can see, it has a Neptune built in. It's not a Neptune. Yeah, it is Neptune, but so when you change this the printers from here, you just need to be careful, because it might hang. So yeah, so I'll select Anycubic because I have only one printer. And now you can just manage printers, like left click on it, and then you can select the Neptune, which I don't have, and then remove from the 3 dots. Yes, okay, so this is the process. Now I'll just show you. Now I'll just open files and import a benchy over here. So like I have a benchy. What if I show you a pen holder? Yeah, yes, so this is the pen holder. You can just download the STL files from MakerWorld, Thingiverse, or whichever website you use. Okay, and then you can use these arrows to move them like this. Yeah, and you can right click to change the angles from where you look, and you can just zoom in with the scroller. Yeah, so that's it. And you can type things over here. I'll show you in the next video how to type. Now as you can see, these are few options on the left hand side of the screen. So this is a scale button. When you press this, you can scale it as much as you want. I mean, as much as your printer can fit in. If you want to make your prints big, then you can use this. And then, like if your print is like this, okay, so if your print is like this, you will just drop down model. I think no, not this one. Wait, you could just pull your model up like this more, and yeah, it's done. It's kind of done. So now, no, it's not done. Yeah, now it's done. Yeah, so like this is how you make your models big from here, the scale option, this, or you could just type in whatever you want to make big or small. Like I'll keep this like 300.567, like anything. So like as you can see, it has grown a lot bigger than expected. Now when you right click on this like this, you can just delete the selected. Now it's gone. So yes, and you can delete this also. No, wait, I'll show you something else. Now over here, the brush option, you can paint it like you can use colors to paint it, but if you paint it like this, it will be marked as support. Like when you turn on supports, the supports will come and support these parts. Okay, where you have put the color, the place which you mark with these will get supports. Only these places will get support if you select supports. Okay, now if I select this lets you rotate your print like this, then you can rotate it like this. Okay, now you can let, yeah, like this. Now it lays flat, yeah, on the build plate. Now these are for supports. Yes, as you can see, these are like mesh types, so supports are off. As you can see, don't support overlays, yeah, overlaps. And these are kind of, I'll explain it to you in the next video, because this is for beginners and I don't want you to get confused. Yeah, this is for this. Oh yeah, this is the most important part. This is a support blocker. So when you select this, yeah, when you select this, now as you can see, there is a cube. As soon as I clicked my STL model, it got a cube. So right, what this transparent cube does is that there will be no supports over here. It blocks supports. So like if you don't know how to add supports your way, or where you want the supports to be, like I just showed you how you can do that. But if you don't know that, then you could use this. These are support blockers. It literally blocks all the support. Like wherever I click where the cubes are, there will be no supports. Even if you enable support and it's on all this, then you can go back and prepare, and then you can use this tool after selecting your STL model and then click it wherever you don't want your supports to be. So that will block the supports, of course. Now we will go to preview. Now what preview does, so I'll show you. Just a second, let me delete all those. Delete selected. What am I doing? I'll just delete this whole thing. Yeah, so yes, now the build plate is empty and we are going to import other stuff. Say for example this can cooler. Okay, so don't worry guys, I am not a professional in 3D modeling, but I do know about 3D printing. So yeah, so this is a portable can cooler. So like oops, so yes, we'll take this off the build plate like this, as you can see. Then I am going to show you how you can prepare. After preparing, how you can preview stuff which you want to print and what to keep in mind. Okay, so these are the critical settings which make your 3D prints flawless every time. Yes, if you use them correctly, and if you have any doubts, you can always comment below and I'll answer them, of course. Okay, So don't worry guys, if you have any doubts, I'll answer them in the comment section. Just ask it. Okay, don't worry, I won't judge. And yes, please. So yeah, these are few of the most important settings which you want on your printer, so that it prints everything flawlessly and with extreme precision. Like if you want looks, then you should use the extra fine setting. Yeah, so yes, you should use the extra fine setting, of course. So now you can see there is a small slice button over here. So when you have a model on your build plate, you just need to click it. Now after clicking, it will start slicing, and the bigger the print, the more time it will take, because it's not Bamboo Lab. Actually, Bamboo Lab also takes time. Every slicing software takes time in slicing, because what slicing means is that the slicer, this Ultimaker Cura software is preparing a G code for your 3D printer, and because of how the printer which you have at home or at office, wherever you have, so like it will prepare a G code for your printer specifically. Yeah, so it needs to be very perfect, or it might damage your 3D printer. So always use a good slicer like the Ultimaker Cura, and I have not been sponsored by it. I'm just teaching you guys because you are my family, YouTube family. Yes. So right. Yeah, you can use Bamboo Lab. Bamboo Lab is very good, and yeah. So the Prusa slicer, that's the one I've used before, but I don't use it very often because I like this one. Because when I started 3D printing, I used to use this. I was learning how to use this. So these all the settings and everything over here, it really confused me how to use. But as time passed, I got like very good at it. So now it is still slicing. It's still slicing because I think I interrupted it by something which I did right now. That's okay, but as you can see, this over here, sorry, not over here, over here. So this over here, these are settings, extensions, preferences. I'll just show you these in the next videos, because when the videos on YouTube get long, people just skip them, right? So now if you are watching my video till now, then you will make your prints flawlessly, and there will be no fails, no failed prints, right? Oh no, I was going to touch it again. Now when the slicer is slicing your model, you don't want to move it, or otherwise it will stop slicing, because you just change the position of it, right? So yeah, so it's taking a lot of time. Maybe I should have shown you these gears or something like that, but I think okay, let's do that. I'm going to take this small part over here on the build plate, right? Oops, over here. Now it doesn't matter where you keep your model on the build plate, because your printer can print anywhere, literally anywhere on the build plate, right? So as you can see, it has been sliced, and I've selected the normal precision settings. Okay, so it will take 39 minutes. Okay, now if you have a new printer, you might just want to download a precision cube, precision XYZ cube. Okay, so like what that does is, like, you can, it's a very small cube, now it shows you like how precise your printer is printing the words, the letters, and all the stuff. So now this print will take 39 minutes. Okay, now I'll show you what happens if I select extra fine. Okay, now if I select extra fine, guys, then I'll show you what happens. The 39 minutes will turn into, let's see, the 39 minutes will turn into 2 hours 41 minutes. Look at the drastic changes, guys. Look at the drastic change. No, literally, I'm telling you guys, because as you saw how the 39 minute sprint was suddenly, increased in 2 hours 41 minutes, almost 3 hours. Yes, so if you don't want precision on your settings, but I'll tell you what, the prints which include gears and small parts which need to fit perfectly, literally perfectly, you should use extra fine. Maybe it would take a lot of time, but it would be worth it, because instead of wasting your filament, you should print it in one piece. Yeah, so yes, so this has been sliced over here. Okay, in the prepare section. Now we'll move to the preview section. Now in the preview section you can see what the red lines represent. I'll tell you that the printer cannot print it, but if they are like this, the red lines are like this, the printer can print it. Okay, so like the overhangs, like other stuff, the printer needs support, but this does not. Excuse me. Yes, so now this bar and this bar will show you the play how your printer will print. This is the nozzle. Now I'll start this. Look how the nozzle is printing. It's showing you how your printer will print. Now this traveling from here to here, that will happen. It won't follow a perfect path. Okay, now look, it's printing this also. Now it's showing the whole print. So you can also see the preview. This is the preview how your printer will print, and that's kind of cool, because it's really cool, because you can see your printer's nozzle printing before even it has started printing over here. Okay, so this is like the printer will not start printing when you press this. Okay, it's just a video. Okay, now from here you can see all the stuff. You can see the layer. Now as I was explaining, these are the layers. As you can see, some few grids and all, the lines are changing. I don't know if you can see or stuff. Yeah, so like this it will print, like this. Okay, so I have not selected any infill pattern. Now I'll show you the infill pattern in another video. Okay, don't worry, I won't forget. And infill patterns are very, very, very important. Okay, so yes, this was the preview of your print. We are moving to monitor. Yes, now if you want to monitor, and if your printer has Wi-Fi connection, then you can connect your printer to your Wi-Fi and then connect it with your computer. Okay, and you can just directly start printing from the monitor section. And if you don't have a printer with Wi-Fi, then you can connect it with a USB-C type cable, or whichever connection ports your printer has. Okay, so this was it, guys. If you have any doubts, please feel free to comment in the comment section below, and please do not forget to like and subscribe if you liked my video, and stay connected for further updates. This was the first part of how to use your ULTIMAKER CURA slicer like a pro.